Hey everyone, it's Hayes, and with several hours to go before No Way airs, am I even saying that correctly? I don't even know. We will be doing some theories for the episode. Finally, because the trailer took its sweet time releasing. So as always, let's reread the synopsis first. Marinette is delighted. For some time now, everything seems to be going well in Paris. What if it was time to relax and enjoy the joy of being with Adrien and their friends? But she learns from Mylene that a film is being prepared whose screenplay discredits Ladybug and Cat Noir. And this film could well change everything if, for Parisians, this story woven of lies took on the face of truth. So as we've seen from the trailer, things seem great. We see Marinette on a date with Adrien. They look like they're on the beach on Swan Island. They look like they're having a nice time. They look really happy and comfortable together.
But not for long!
Adrien then gets a text from Natalie and he has to bounce, and he's shown later in the trailer at home with Natalie. And this bloke, who I know nothing about, brand new character obviously, but I already hate him. I've already decided. And I'm assuming he's either an employee of Gabriel, or when I say Gabriel here, I mean the company, rather than the man, the myth, the legend. And you can also clearly see the Gabriel logo in the scene with Marinette. Now, what does this contract or paper say? I'm not sure, but we can tell from Adrien's face is nothing good. As I said in my trailer analysis, I think it stands to reason that Gaby Baby did leave Gabriel the brand to Adrien in his will. We have no confirmation of that right now, but logically I do think it makes sense. But I would assume that either Natalie or one of Adrien's grandparents will be overseeing the actual operations, the day-to-day management of the business for now, as Adrien is obviously still a child. But since he is the owner now of the brand, he will need to make a decision in this episode. Perhaps Natalie, assuming she's in charge of the brand for now, can only do so much, and Adrien has to make the final decisions with her guidance or something. Perhaps Adrien is facing closing the company, but I'm sure Adrien, despite how he feels about his dad, now he's getting more suspicious. I don't think he'd be a fan of all those people losing their jobs, or perhaps Gaby Baby made a deal with someone unsavoury like Bob Ross, and this guy, who is likely a lawyer, whether for Gabriel or someone else, has come over to let Adrien know that that contract is still binding. Just because his dad is dead doesn't mean the contract is up, but the contract may have been drawn with the company rather than Gaby Baby himself. Although why Adrien has gone to show Marinette the contract is a little bit beyond me. Fair enough, yeah, tell her what you're worried about, tell her what's upsetting you, I'm not saying you can't do that, but is the secret that no one knows yet is that she's actually a contract lawyer? If someone showed me a contract, I'd be like, right, okay, do you want me to contact a lawyer for you? Because I don't know what I'm looking at. And Natalie in the scene is also wearing her seasons 1 to 5 outfit. So far we've only seen her wear it this season during the mysterious council scenes. So is this kind of her workwear outfit, and she wears that other kind of slightly more relaxed version when she's not at work, possibly? I'm not sure. Meanwhile, Mylene's dad, Fred, who if you don't remember is a school caretaker and also a mime artist, and he was akumatized back in season 1 in the episode The Mime. Who'd have guessed it? Not me, that's for sure. And it looks like he's practicing an audition with Marinette and Sarah, who in season 1 was his manager. Given what happens in the rest of the trailer, I would assume that he has an audition, but he doesn't know what it's for as in the project. The audition goes great though, he gets the part and Mylene is really happy for him, and he shows her the script, which is called The Secret of Ladybug or Ladybug Secret. They seem to read it together, and when they finish it, she looks like she could beat a lamppost into submission, and Fred also looks devastated. Like I said before, he didn't seem to know what he was auditioning for, but now he does, and he's likely already signed the contract and can't get out of it. That's obviously what this episode is about. Contract law. Just what the 8 to 10-year-old audience were all asking for. I would assume the script, as talked about in the synopsis, discredits Ladybug and Cat Noir. Whether this is about Monarch Daddy and what really happened at the end of season 5, I'm unsure, but given the way Mylene and her dad react, it's obviously not a good look. And I don't necessarily think the script has to be true either, so I'm not confident it's about the end of season 5. For example, in Rocketeer, in that film that that Nino and Alia go to see at the cinema, or the movie theatre, sorry, in that film, Cat Noir and Rena Rouge enter into a romantic relationship, and we know that doesn't happen. However, seeing that, it does still hurt Nino. So I don't necessarily thinking along those lines, I don't necessarily think that whatever is in the script has to be true, because first of all, not many people know. I don't think it has to be true in order to discredit Ladybug and Cat Noir, or to hurt people, if you see what I mean. Is it possible that maybe Lila, Tomaway and the rest of the council wrote the script, or got someone to write it for them? I definitely think that's on the cards though. So Fred goes for a walk to clear his head, try and work out how he can maybe get out of this contract. He gets acclimatized and he starts fighting with Ladybug and Cat Noir. Now, if you don't remember, in the mime originally, Fred asked Marinette to basically fix a pocket on the inside of his hat so he could put a photo of Mylene inside it. However, during the trailer, we see Cat Noir kick the mime in the chest and his hat goes flying. So I'm assuming this time the Akuma is in a different place. So Cat Noir destroys some of the road. So the mime's like, well, I can't really go on the roads anymore, so I will therefore mime a jet ski and just go down the Seine, why not? So are we possibly going to see the aqua power-ups in this episode? We didn't see it in the trailer, but I don't see why not. Maybe if it's going to be in the water. However, Ladybug and Cat Noir decide, you know what, we're out of our depth. We need Polymouse here. So we get her transformation, super excited to see the new sequence. But what does she do when she's Polymouse? I would assume she tries to attack the mime unnoticed. As we see here, the mime is kind of sneaking around, trying to hide, whereas as Polymouse we see it explode into all these like little pieces. She is able to, you know, sneak around and try and find him without him necessarily spotting her right away. Ladybug and Cat Noir, in comparison to the mini Polymouses, are obviously quite a bit bigger, and he's going to spot them a mile off, whereas Polymouse, he's not going to see Polymouse until she's up really, really close. And obviously, you know, everything will be fine. The episode will end fine. I'm sure Adrien and Fred will both get out of the contracts. Hopefully. Now for the name of the episode. Noé. Apparently it is a French name, but it was originally inspired by a Hebrew name. I've personally never come across this name before, but perhaps you have, so I'm not sure how to pronounce it. My apologies. Apparently it does mean comfort or rest. And I'm just a bit confused how that relates. I'm a bit confused why he's not like... a bit like we had Roger Cop, now it's Daddy Cop, Climatica Queen, you know what I mean? Like, they're kind of natural evolutions of each other. I'm not sure what I would go for with the mime, but it's just a bit completely different, so yeah. I don't know. Honestly, I really expect it to be Zoe, because a capital N, if you turn it around, you get a capital Z. You know what I mean? A capital Z. Like, you know? So I am a little bit confused about the episode name. But anyway, the episode will hopefully be airing tomorrow on TF1+. But anyway, besties, that is everything that I think is going to happen in this episode. Of course, let us know what you think, and I will see you in the next one.